Hi, today I'd like to talk to you about anger and how to control it or how to deal with anger. Anger is a big part of everybody's emotional stability, ability, and how to deal with it. Everyone has different methods. Some do deep breathing, some just let it out, some are aware of how strong their anger is, and some are not. My name is Ira Grotsky. I've been a therapist for over 30 years. I practice CBT, cognitive behavioral techniques, with my clients. More recently, I started working with younger individuals and teaching them how to deal with anger and impatience. Today, this morning, I had a boy who is 8 years old in my clinic, and we were talking about anger, and he has four siblings under him. He's the oldest, and very often he gets angry at his siblings. Either they touch some of his toys or they're doing things they're not supposed to do. So at 8 years old, you can't really discuss um, major techniques in how to deal with anger, such as triggers, but we dummy it down for them to make it a little bit easier. So for example, one of the things that I told them is that once you start to get angry, when you see someone doing something that you don't want to do, which is the trigger, right away, your voice gets louder. He told me, yes, my voice does get louder. And then he tells them to stop. And when he tells his brothers to stop doing something, he, in his own mind, expects his brothers to listen to him. They're not going to listen to him. So then they either laugh at him or they scream back at him, depending on their mood. That triggers him to get even more angry. Then he'll go over and start physically hitting them. And right after that, he feels guilty and puts himself down for getting so angry. So I pointed out a few points to him, which I'd like to share with you, all those parents that have younger kids, or if anybody themselves has anger issues that they want to work on. Number one, I gave him a visual to understand. Anger starts, let's say, in the stomach, and it's almost like magma, like the liquid inside a volcano. And then it starts to boil, and then it starts to go up until explosion happens. So I gave him a visual to understand that a little bit more. I asked him to put his hand on his stomach and explain the feeling of when his brothers are not listening. I found that in my practice when working with younger individuals, having real examples makes the lesson more concrete. So he had recently had a fight with two of his younger siblings, and as a result, we use that as a model to help explain how to deal with anger. So he put his hand on his stomach and he started to feel the tension inside. I said, that's the liquid. Then he told them to stop. And once they started laughing at him, then the anger got bigger and it started to boil up and come out in screaming and then eventually hitting. So I gave him a couple of techniques to work on. The first thing is to take something like this, a balloon, and blow the anger, blow the frustration that's happening inside of him, blow it into the balloon. So depending on how angry he is, that's how much he has to blow up the balloon. And we would just go like this and hold it and say, where's the anger in the balloon? Is there any more anger inside of you? If he would say yes, we add more anger to the balloon. And then we release it. Once the anger comes out, I said, now what can you do? Now he can go to his siblings and use his words. And we modeled appropriate responses. And if they're still not going to listen, and I told them, don't expect your brothers to listen to you, he can go to his mother and explain that to them. Very, very simple techniques. The other technique we worked on, as soon as his voice gets a little bit louder, when he sees his brothers not doing something, to be able to just walk away. It's very, very simple. We've all went through this in our own work with others, but I am telling you that if at a young age they can work on this consistency, it would be really helpful, because anger grows with an individual. And we want to try and curb that anger and give them the appropriate tools to help them deal with it at a younger age. Feel free to look at my website at cbtheal.com or call me for a free 15-minute consultation at 972-544410-256.